Before we begin, one important note. Please pay attention to the subtitles. They are not automatic. Every sentence has been carefully reviewed to help you learn. In this channel, subtitles are not decoration. They are part of the lesson. Thank you and enjoy. From the very first Ferrari 125 to the speed and power of Formula One, this is not just about cars. This is about a legend of business, luxury, and global influence. Welcome to Business Legends in English. Rejection, a simple word, but a powerful one. When FIAT said no to Enzo Ferrari, it wasn't more than a lost job. It was a challenge. Rejection means someone does not accept you. For many people, rejection is the end. But for Enzo, it became motivation. Motivation is the reason to continue, even when life is hard. And Enzo had a dream. A dream to build cars, to race, to win. Dream, rejection, motivation. These words are not only English vocabulary, they are also the keys to understanding Ferrari's story. And this story was just starting.
So, Sophia, if Fiat didn't accept Ferrari, that was rejection, right?
Yes, exactly. In business, rejection is when a company or person says no to you.
But Ferrari didn't stop. That was his motivation.
Correct. Motivation is the reason you keep going, even when things are difficult.
Like me studying English every day, even when I'm tired.
Perfect example. That's motivation. And Ferrari also had a dream. A dream is something you really want to achieve in life.
So his dream was not just about cars, but about racing and winning.
Yes, and when he started to build his image, people later called it a brand. A brand is the name and the picture people have of a company.
And Ferrari became a luxury brand, right?
Exactly. Luxury describes something very expensive, special, and not for everyone.
Enzo's dream was not only to build cars, it was to feel speed. When he finally entered the racing world, he was young, nervous, and excited. His first races were small, on dusty tracks. The cars were not perfect, and the money was never enough. But for Enzo, every lap was a classroom. Each mistake was a teacher. In one race, his car broke down. In another, he finished last. But he did not quit. He learned. This is how many businesses start too. Not with big wins, but with small failures. Failure can feel painful, but failure also teaches. And each lesson builds experience. Soon, Enzo finished higher in the rankings. He did not always win, but he was noticed. People saw his passion, his skill, and his discipline. And in business, visibility is power. If people don't see you, they don't remember you. But if they see your effort again and again, trust begins to grow. Enzo was building trust, one race at a time.
Daniel, do you know what failure means in business?
Yes, it's when something does not work or when you do not reach your goal.
Exactly. But failure is not the end. It's information for the next step.
So Enzo used failure as a teacher.
Right. That's called experience. Experience is the knowledge you get from practice and mistakes. Another word, resilience. Do you know it?
Yes, it's when you continue after problems and you don't give up.
Perfect. Enzo showed resilience in every race. And when people noticed him, that was recognition.
Exactly. Recognition means other people see and respect your effort.
One more, reputation. This is the image people have of you or your company.
So Enzo was already building his reputation on the track.
Yes, and reputation is one of the most valuable assets in business.
Failure, experience, resilience, recognition, reputation. These 5 words explain the first years of Enzo Ferrari's racing life. He was not rich, he was not famous, but he was learning step by step. And the world of racing was watching. Soon, bigger doors would open, and with them, bigger challenges. After many races, Enzo understood something important. One man cannot win alone. A driver is only one part of the race. Behind him there are mechanics, engineers, managers, and sponsors. Winning is not only about speed, it is about teamwork. In 1929, Enzo created the Scuderia Ferrari. At first, it was not a car factory. It was a racing team. He organized drivers, looked for sponsors, and gave mechanics the tools they needed. This was Enzo's next lesson in business: leadership. A leader is not only a boss, a leader gives direction, makes decisions, and inspires people. Enzo was not always easy. He could be strict, sometimes even hard. But people respected him because he was clear, direct, and focused on results. To keep his team alive, Enzo had to make partnerships. Partnerships are agreements where 2 sides give and receive. For example, companies gave money, and Scuderia Ferrari gave visibility on the track. This is also strategy. Strategy means planning the best way to reach a goal. Enzo's strategy was simple: build a strong team, win races, and create a reputation of excellence. But strategy also needs investment. Investment is when you put money, time, or energy into something, hoping for growth. With sponsors' money and his team's skill, Enzo started to rise. The red cars of Scuderia Ferrari began to appear everywhere in Italian racing. It was no longer just Enzo Ferrari the driver. It was now Enzo Ferrari the leader. And that change would shape the rest of his life.
Sophia, teamwork is when people work together for one goal, right?
Exactly. Teamwork means success depends on the group, not only the individual. And leadership, what do you think it is?
It's when someone guides and inspires others.
Perfect. Enzo became a leader, not just a driver.
He also made partnerships with companies?
Yes, a partnership is when 2 sides help each other. Money, resources, visibility, all connected. Now, what about strategy?
Strategy is a plan to reach a goal.
Exactly. And Enzo's strategy was to win races and build a strong reputation.
And he needed investment too.
Correct. Investment is money, time, or effort that you put in hoping for growth in the future.
Teamwork, leadership, partnership, strategy, investment. These were the new words and the new reality of Enzo Ferrari's life. He was no longer only chasing speed. He was building an organization. And with every new race, Scuderia Ferrari's name became stronger. But soon, the team would face not only rivals on the track, but storms far beyond it. In the 1930s, Scuderia Ferrari became a name everyone in Italian racing knew. The cars were fast, the drivers were brave, and Enzo's red team was winning. Every victory gave more recognition. Reputation grew. Competition was hard. Other teams had more money, better machines, and international experience. But Enzo's strategy worked. Teamwork, discipline, and passion. Races were not just sport. They were business. Winning brought sponsors. Winning sold tickets. Winning built the Ferrari image. But storms were coming. Italy was changing. Politics started to affect every company. Leaders demanded loyalty. Money went to weapons, not to cars. The world economy was weak, and soon war would cover Europe. Enzo had to adapt. He was not only racing against other teams, he was racing against time, against politics, against crisis. A good businessman survives not only by winning, but by protecting the future. Enzo made hard choices. He slowed production. He reorganized money. He focused on survival.
Sophia, competition is when companies or teams try to win against each other, right?
Exactly. In business, competition means many players want the same goal: customers, money, or success. And reputation, we saw this before. Do you remember?
Yes. It's the image people have of you or your company.
Correct. Reputation is built slowly, but can be lost quickly.
Enzo also faced challenges. That means problems that test you, right?
Yes, a challenge is a difficulty that forces you to grow. Now, politics. Do you know what it means in business?
I think in business it means when governments and leaders influence companies.
Perfect. Politics can help or hurt a business.
And a crisis is when things go very wrong, like war or economic problems.
Exactly. A crisis is a dangerous situation that needs fast decisions.
So Enzo needed to survive first before dreaming bigger.
Yes, to survive means to continue even when conditions are very hard.
Competition, reputation, challenge, politics, crisis, survive. These words explain Ferrari's world in the 1930s. On the track, his team was strong, but outside, storms were growing. Enzo understood business is not only about speed, it is also about survival. And soon, survival would mean moving his dream away from the race and into a factory. The Second World War changed everything. For Enzo Ferrari, racing stopped. Tracks were closed, drivers were gone, and sponsors had no money. The Scuderia could not continue as before. But Enzo did not quit. He adapted. He opened a small workshop in a new town, Maranello. Instead of racing cars, his team worked on machines for the war effort. It was not his dream, but it was survival. And survival sometimes means change. Inside the workshop, Enzo studied. He thought about the future. He asked, what will people want after the war? He knew the answer. They would want freedom, speed, and beauty. They would want cars again. So Enzo used this time to plan. He saved money. He trained workers. He collected resources. He was building the base for something new. A factory that would not only make race cars, but also road cars for special customers. This was vision. Vision means seeing what does not exist yet, but believing it can become real. When the war ended in 1945, Enzo Ferrari was ready to start again. And this time, his dream was bigger.
Sophia, factory is a place where products are made, right?
Yes, a factory is where production happens. Many workers, machines, and materials. And production, how would you explain it?
Production is the process of making things in large numbers.
Correct. Enzo moved from racing to production during the war.
He had to adapt. That means to change when the situation changes.
Exactly. Adaptation is one of the most important skills in life and business. Now, what about resources?
Resources are things you use to reach a goal, like money, workers, or materials.
Perfect. You are becoming an expert. Enzo saved resources during the war to prepare for the future.
And vision. This is like seeing the future before it happens.
Yes, vision means to imagine and plan what is not real yet. Great leaders always have vision.
So even during crisis, Enzo found opportunity.
Exactly. Opportunity means a chance to do something new or better. He turned war into a chance to prepare.
Factory, production, adapt, resources, vision, opportunity. The war took many dreams, but for Enzo Ferrari, it also created a new path. From the small workshop in Matarino, a bigger idea was born: to build cars not only for the track, but for the road. And soon, the first Ferrari road car would appear, a red symbol of survival, speed, and success. In 1947, the dream finally took shape. In Maranello, Enzo Ferrari's team presented the 125S, the first car to carry the Ferrari name. It was not only a machine, it was a symbol. The 125S had a small but powerful engine. Its design was elegant, fast, and different. For Enzo, this was not just about racing. It was about building a brand that people could see, touch, and buy. This was the launch of Ferrari. Launch means the official start of a product or company. The 125S was the launch that changed everything. At first, only a few cars were made. Customers were rich men who wanted something unique. For them, a Ferrari was not just transportation, it was luxury. Luxury means expensive, rare, and special. When people buy luxury, they are not only buying a product, they are buying status, pride, and emotion. Enzo understood this. He knew that Ferrari was not for everyone. Ferrari was for the few. That made the brand stronger. Each car was built with innovation, new ideas in design and technology, and each car carried value. Value is the worth people see in a product. From that moment, Ferrari was no longer only a team. It was a company, a brand, a legend in the making.
Sophia, launch is when a company introduces a new product, right?
Yes, a launch is the official start. In 1947, Ferrari launched the 125S. What about design? Can you explain it?
Yes, design is the style, shape, and look of something.
Correct. Ferrari's design made the cars beautiful and unique.
And a customer is the person who buys the product.
Exactly. Ferrari's first customers were rich men who wanted something rare. Now, luxury market, what do you think it means?
It's the part of the market for very expensive and special products.
Perfect. Ferrari entered the luxury market with its first road cars.
And innovation is when a company creates something new, right?
Yes, innovation means using new ideas to improve products. Ferrari used innovation in design, and engines. And value, do you remember this one?
Value is what people believe a product is worth.
Wow, you are really getting good at it. Ferrari's value was not only in the car, but in the feeling of owning it.
Launch, design, customer, luxury market, innovation, value. These words described Ferrari's new beginning in 1947. A small workshop became a factory. A racing dream became a luxury brand. And with each new car, Ferrari was building not only speed, but also identity. The red cars from Maranello were ready to conquer the road. And soon, they would conquer the world. The 1950s and 1960s were golden years for Ferrari. On the track, the red cars from Maranello dominated. They won races in Italy, in Europe, and even at the famous 24 Hours of Le Mans in France. Each trophy was more than medal. Each trophy was marketing. Every victory said, Ferrari means speed. Ferrari means excellence. Success on the track created success in the factory. Demand for Ferrari cars grew. But Enzo never wanted to build thousands of cars. He wanted Ferrari to stay exclusive. Exclusive means not for everyone. Only a few people can have it. Enzo believed that scarcity made the brand more powerful. Customers from all over the world, businessmen, celebrities, even royalty, wanted a Ferrari. For them, it was not just a car, it was status. Status means the level of respect or importance people see in someone. A Ferrari gave instant status. It said, this person is successful, rich, and special. This was expansion. Expansion means growing into new markets and new countries. Ferrari was now global. From Italy to America, from racetracks to Hollywood, the name Ferrari was everywhere. The small workshop of Modena had become a global symbol of power and prestige.
Sophia, expansion is when a company grows into new areas, right?
Yes, expansion means going to new markets, new countries, or new customers. And success, can you explain it?
Yes, success is when you reach your goals.
Correct. Ferrari's success on the track created success in business.
And demand, that's when many people want a product?
Exactly. High demand means many customers want to buy, but there are not enough products. Now, what about exclusive? What do you think of?
Exclusive means only a few can have it.
Perfect. Ferrari cars were exclusive, not for everyone.
And status is the respect people show for someone's position or success.
Yes, owning a Ferrari gave status. It said, this person is important. Finally, global. Can you tell me about that word?
Global means all around the world.
Exactly. By the 1960s, Ferrari was a global name.
Expansion, success, demand, exclusive, status, global. These 6 words explain Ferrari in the 1950s and 1960s. From Italy to the world, Ferrari was no longer just a company. It was a dream on wheels. But dreams also bring pressure, and Enzo soon faced battles not only on the racetrack, but also in the boardroom. Global fame brought glory, but also new problems. By the 1960s, Ferrari was respected everywhere. But success attracted strong competitors. One of the biggest was Ford. Ford wanted to buy Ferrari. They began negotiations. Negotiation means talking to reach an agreement. At first, it looked like a deal was close. A deal means a formal agreement between two sides. But Enzo was proud and independent. He wanted control of racing decisions. Ford wanted control of everything. The negotiations broke down. The failed deal created conflict. Conflict means a serious disagreement. Ford decided to fight Ferrari on the track. In 1966, at Le Mans, Ford and Ferrari faced each other. Ford won. For Enzo, it was a painful defeat. But defeat is also a teacher. Ferrari came back stronger in the following years. At the same time, money was a problem. Running a racing team and building luxury cars was expensive. Costs grew faster than profits. Enzo needed new solutions. Management became a challenge. Management means organizing people, money, and resources. Enzo was a great leader, but not always a patient manager. He loved engines more than numbers. The 1970s brought more risks. The economy was unstable. Oil prices rose. Luxury cars became harder to sell. Ferrari had to protect its brand and its survival. But even in crisis, the red cars remained a dream. Customers still wanted them, competitors still feared them, and the legend continued to grow.
Sophia, negotiation is when two sides talk to find an agreement, right?
Exactly. Negotiation is common in business. Sometimes it ends well, sometimes it fails. And what about deal? What do you think?
A deal is the final agreement between two sides.
Correct. Ford wanted a deal, but Ferrari refused.
So that created a conflict.
Yes. A conflict is a serious disagreement or fight between people or companies. And competitor, do you remember what it means?
Yes, a competitor is another company that wants the same market.
Perfect. Ford was a big competitor for Ferrari.
What about risk?
Risk is the chance of loss or failure. Ferrari took risks in racing and in business. Finally, management. What does it mean?
Management is how you organize money, people, and work.
Exactly. Enzo was strong in vision but weak in daily management.
Negotiation, deal, conflict, competitor, risk management. These were the new words of Ferrari's life in the 1960s and 1970s. Victories and defeats, pride and crisis, all part of the same road. And even when the journey was difficult, the Ferrari legend did not slow down. Because Ferrari was never only about cars. Ferrari was about passion, vision, and identity. And that identity still shines today. We have followed Enzo Ferrari's journey from a poor boy in Modena to the leader of one of the most famous brands in the world. His story is not only about cars, it is about rejection, motivation, and dream. It is about teamwork, leadership, and reputation. It is about luxury, expansion, and status, and also about negotiation, conflict, and risk. Every step gave us new vocabulary. Every word gave us new lessons.
We are arriving at the end of our story. And for me, the strongest word is resilience. Ferrari never gave up.
What a ride! An amazing story from an amazing man. And yes, resilience is key in business and in life. Problems come, but you continue. What other word do you remember best?
I think vision. Because without vision, Ferrari could not imagine the future factory or the luxury brand.
Nice word. Vision is the light that shows the road ahead.
And it was not only racing, it was management, strategy, and partnerships too.
Yes, a business legend is never built alone. It is always teamwork.
So, what can we learn from Enzo Ferrari? First, rejection is not the end. It can become motivation. Second, discipline and teamwork create results. Third, vision and innovation build brands that last. And finally, status and luxury are not accidents. They are the product of careful strategy and strong identity. Learning these words in English helps us understand Ferrari's story. But more than that, it helps us understand the world of business. Every student of English, every entrepreneur, every dreamer all face rejection, challenges, and risks. But like Ferrari, we can turn them into opportunity, growth, and success. Ferrari's story is not just history, it is a lesson for today.